Hello, everyone. My name is B, and today I'm going to be talking about the Europa League quarterfinals. It was great to watch, honestly. The first game was Celta Freiburg. Um, Freiburg absolutely dominated that game. the The link up play was so great. I hadn't seen some fluid football in so long with such a dominating team in a quarterfinal. It was a very nice watch. Um, I would say keep your eye out on Freiburg. If they keep that kind of play style up, they will be one of the most entertaining teams to watch in Europe. Celta, they kind of lacked everything. Just a kind of a ghost in the way of the path for Freiburg to the semifinal. So not too much to talk about there. Um, they did get one goal later at the end, but that was about it. Scoreline ended 3-1 and 6-1 on aggregate. Freiburg to the semifinal. Next up, Real Betis versus Braga. What a game as well, depending on who you went for. I am a neutral. I don't really have interest in either team particularly, but Real Betis goes up 2-0 in the first half. And then I believe all of Braga's goal came in the second half, and they turned it around handsomely. Um, First it was 2-1, and then 2-2, 2-3, and then they got their last goal towards the end. Um, One of them was a penalty. I believe it was the third one that was a penalty. Yeah, after 2-2, it became the third one was a penalty. Just a late challenge by the Real Betis defender. Very poor, kind of tired and sorry tackle. Definitely got to work on the defense there. To throw away such a lead in a quarterfinal and with such poor defending and poor management, um, Braga deserves to go through because they showed up with the courage to actually attack Real Betis, and Betis does not. So you have Braga and Freiburg in the semifinal. Let's go on to the other. Oh, by the way, that match ended 2-4, 3-5 on aggregate in favor of Braga. On the other side of the bracket, oh man, this makes me mad. Nottingham Forest versus Porto. Bro, Porto should have went through. I mean, I guess not because they made two mistakes. In the first leg, Porto scores both goals. An own goal and their goal. And in this game, a Porto player gets sent off right away. Right away. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch the game, but I just got that notification that a Porto player was sent off. I was just like, oh come on! Like they should have won that if they didn't make silly mistakes. They definitely had that in the bag. Unfortunately, they did not. Nottingham Forest took advantage of that. So 2-1 on aggregate, 1-0 for the scoreline in favor of Nottingham Forest. Yeah, they shouldn't have went through. I had like Porto way better team in the first leg. I didn't see the second game, but to give out a silly red card is unforgivable at this stage. You are in quarterfinals and you want to win a trophy. Can't be doing that. Next game is Aston Villa versus Bologna. Now, obviously, I mean, not obvious, but you could tell that Aston Villa was going to win. They are fourth in the Premier League versus Bologna, who is, I don't know where they stand in the Serie A, but I'm going to go check for you right now. Bologna is eighth place, so not that bad. Um, Top half, pretty good in my opinion. But Aston Villa, fourth place in the Premier League, probably going to show some belt to the Bologna squad, which they do. 7-1 on aggregate, 4-0 on the full time whistle. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, like I said, these are good games. These are very entertaining, unless you're a Porto fan, not entertaining at all. But the semifinal will be Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa. So you have a team who is in a relegation battle versus a team who is in the race for top four. I wonder who's going to win. Enough said. Let's say the final is Aston Villa versus whoever comes out of Braga and Freiburg. It's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Does the title go to another Premier League team? Unai Emery's Aston Villa is pretty good, but it's the Europa League. You know, he bottled it with what was it? Arsenal versus Chelsea. Um, actually, you know, Unai Emery does pretty well in the Europa League, so maybe another one for him and Aston Villa, which would be good. Aston Villa is I would say, a decent sized club. Um, but yeah, this is very entertaining for European football. What we can tell is a Portuguese team beats a Spanish team, a German team beats a Spanish team, um, an English team beats a Portuguese team, and a English team beats an Italian team. What do these mean for the leagues? Well, you could probably guess that Spanish league is not doing so well, and maybe the Portuguese team has to get some things together. Same with the Serie A, the Italian league. You know, these leagues, I feel like they should be better than what they are, and obviously, there is supposed to be, I guess, more competition in the English league, which is why they come out more on top. But I still think you should expect a little bit more from Real Betis and Celta, to put up more of a fight. In my opinion, kind of losing credibility for having a competitive league there. It's really just Barca, Real Madrid, and well, Real Madrid not too well, but you know, it's just the league they got in Spain. It's not even competitive. But let me know what your thoughts are throughout these games. Let me know if I should be doing more coverage style like this for the Europa League. Probably there's nothing that really stands out. I really like the performance of Freiburg. Braga Real Madrid was a great game, great watch. I was really mad that Porto lost. And Aston Villa, you know, you can see from a mile away that Aston Villa was going to win. Maybe they win this. Maybe this whole competition is theirs. But you know, that's Unai Emery. He's the Europa League master. Yeah. I like talking about these because European football is where it's at. It's the most very competitive and very, I guess, popular ecosystem for the footballing world. Um, Many different nations that will compete in these tournaments, and you know they'll turn up and we'll have great results. That's what sports are about. You know, not results, but kind of passing the time with some entertainment that can be competitive. That's really where I stand on it. And like I said, leave a like, comment, follow for more. Let me know if you want me to hear, you want me to do these videos in Spanish, um, or if you want to see the video about the CONCACAF, the competitions we got in the North American countries. Let me know. I'll be glad to speak about them. Until then, stay fresh.